Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we are continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel. Today, we're doing the New Mexico Lobos. Now, with New Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, they're probably one of the worst teams in the FBS. I mean, they had a rough year. I don't remember what their record was. I think their coach may have gotten fired. I don't know whole lot about the New Mexico season. I know they were bad. They lost to Montana State week 1, 38-35. It is what it is then. But anyway, we're here to win New Mexico a national championship here today. Right now, they come as a 75 overall, 74 on the offense, 77 on defense. They run the pro style, and they run a 3-3-5 defense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this rebuild's going to be tough. I'm just going over their records. 1-11, 1-11, 1-11 from 2009 to 2011, 4-9 in 2012, 2013, 3-9, 4-8 in 2014. 2015, 2016, they had above 500 record. But since 2017, they haven't won anything. They haven't even been to a bowl game. Yep, it's going to be a tough one, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is their roster for the New Mexico Lobos. Devin Dampier, it will be our starting quarterback. I don't know if he was the Utah quarterback transfer. I know he might have been a transfer. I don't know from which school. After that, there is realistically nobody. Sorry, no offense. Eli Sanders will be our starting running back this year with 93 speed. Love it. Problem is, he'll be gone after next year. Our running back situation, Carmichael's a 40. Oh, my God. That's the disrespect there. Oh, my God. 62, Josh Perry. Don't look too bad. No fullback receiver. Luke Wysong, the junior. Sad he'll be gone after next year. We do have some freshman receivers here. Maybe we could develop them. Tight end, we have Trace Buckler. We do have a freshman, Dane Robinson. See if we can develop him. I mean, this roster just doesn't look good. We have a 59 freshman, 2 senior left guards there. We do have 2 freshmen center there and whatnot. A freshman right shirt, Elvin Harris, but he'll be gone by year 4. We have a lot of... It seems like the seniors for this team are just not very good, if you will. And then the rest of Ross, I mean, the seniors are just low 70s, it seems like. I mean, we got Kyler Drake at 79 and Bryce Santana at 78. But, man, there's just not a whole lot of depth on this team. And a lot of seniors everywhere, man. It's going to be a tough Christian Ellis, Pawtucket Revolution legend. It's going to be a tough 5-year rebuild, especially with not having a lot of good players. But we got to recruit, so let's get recruiting. Trevor Von Olehoffen, committed. Trayvon Rambo, committed. Josh Harris, committed. Jaquise Durante, committed. Robert Iwagwu, committed. Deshaun Mechie, committed. Ty B, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, here in year 1, we're going to be going to the Mountain West Championship, taking on Boise State. Damian Ware commits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the New Mexico Bowl, taking on Jacksonville State. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we make the bowl game for the first time in a long time for this program, but it doesn't matter. We get our ass kicked 36-14. Here are the year 1 stats. Devin Dampier, 3,259 yards, 281 for 448, 29 tutties, 11 picks, 62% completion percentage rushing. Sanders, 158 for 723, 6 tutties. Dampier, 144 for 563 tutties. Henry, 27 for 119, 1 tutty. Rogers, 10 for 31, 1 tutty. Receiving, Medford, 76 for 941, 8 tutties. Luke Wysong, 61 for 732, 3 tutties. Ryan Davis, 5 for 723, 9 tutties. Trace Buckler, 32 for 329, 3 tutties. Eli Sanders, 43 for 310, 4 tutties. Sean Miller, 13 for 191 tutty. Andrew Henry, 5 for 23 with a tutty. Isaiah, 1 for 11. How about the defense here? Noah Avenger with 77 tackles, 64 for Noah. Noah Pola Gates, I probably butchered his name. Jaden Wilson, 56, 54 for Christian Ellis, 52 for Bryson Taylor. Demetri Johnson with 50, 44 for David Murphy. Combs with 40. Tackles for loss, 9 for Kyler Drake. This guy with 6, 3 for Gabriel Lopez. Noah with 2 along with Johnson, Murphy, and Randolph. Jaden Wilson, Taylor, and Tyler all with 1. Sack, 6.5 for Demetri Turner. Gabriel Lopez with 6. This guy with 4, Kyler Drake with 3, along with Tyler. 1 for Combs and Benton and Bryce have sacked for Noah. Interception 2 for Christian Ellis, 1 by Noah. David Noah, and Royal and Nigel Williams. We had a really good year, 7-7. New Mexico has not been to a bowl game ever. We made a bowl game first year. Let's get to year 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Ole Miss Miami meet for the national title, and Ole Miss comes on top 23-20. Brian Head committed. Brady Upshaw committed. Darius Snow committed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in year number 1, we finished with the 35th best class in the nation. That's the best in the Mountain West. Let's go get more recruits, but let's have a successful year 2. Alex Kuhler committed. Sinalulu Fong committed. DeAndre Brock committed. Ahmad Sprinkle committed. Quentin Jeffrey committed. Jacquees Lodge committed. Stefan Ty committed. Marquise Harris committed. Brett O'Neill committed. Antoine Akbar committed. James Morton committed. Deshaun Shields committed. James Morton committed. Gregory Mixon committed. Eric Butler committed. Edward Yelk commits. Greg Cavazos commits. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Heisman Trophy winner is Jalen Daniels, quarterback of USC, at 3,406 yards, 41 tutties, and 5 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Armed Forces Bowl, taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because my Wi-Fi's been acting up, I wasn't able to get the big screen, but we beat Notre Dame 45-17 in the Armed Forces Bowl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 2 stats. Devin Dampier had 3,669 yards, 299 for 425, 44 tutties, 10 picks, 70% completion percentage. Rushing, Sanders 139 for 761, 4 tutties. Devin 129 for 569, 3 tutties. Jacobs 53 for 183. Perry 3 for 2 with a tutty. Rashawn 5 for 1 with 2 tutties. How about the receiving? Medford 68 for 1,002 yards, 13 tutties. Nick 69 for 903, 13 tutties. Luke Wysung 70 for 842, 5 tutties. Trace, 39 for 4, 5, 3 tutties. Sean Miller, 22 for 333, 5 tutties. Eli Sanders, 22 for 132, 3 tutties. Jacobs, 7 for 41, 1 tutty. Isaiah, 1 for 9. Josh Perry, 1 for 2 with a tutty. Defensively, 7 tackles for Noah. Jaden Wilson, 68, 52 for Perrier. Robert, 44, 42 for Christian Ellis. Tackles lost 9 by Tyler. Landon Williams with 8. This guy with 7. Darius Snow with 4. 3 for Noah, Jaden, and Randolph. 2 for Sean. Devin, this guy, Christian Ellis, and Robert all with 1. Sacks, 4 for Landon Williams. This guy with 3, along with Jaden Wilson. 2.5 for Darius Snow. 2 for Tyler. And this guy, half a sack for Noah. Interceptions, 2 for Noah and Christian Ellis. 1 by Bart and Derek and Ty B. And Robert. Those are the year 2 stats. We won a bowl game for the first time in years. Let's have a good year here in year 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the year 2 natty, it was Clemson, it was Georgia, and Clemson just pulls away 47-28 the final. Alfonso Connors committed. Colton Thomason committed. Eugene Brooks committed. Jackson Moy committed. Ashton Cozart committed. Ben Honeycutt commits. Ryan Blum committed. Thomas Collins committed. Christian Dunbar Hawkins committed. Luke Williams committed. Jalen Farmer committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 24th best class in the nation, best in the Mountain West. Things are looking good here at New Mexico. Le'Veon Grums committed. Daniel Gold committed. Dad Clemens committed. Rashad McNabb committed. Jason Boyce committed. Sammy Bez committed. David Jarmello committed. Marcelo Locumbo committed. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Mountain West Championship, taking on the Boise State Broncos. Felix McCracken committed. David Isadora committed. Larry Turkafu commits. Sadisky Mama committed. Alfonso Westbrooks committed. And ladies and gentlemen, 2026 Heisman Trophy winner is Darren Menzia, quarterback of Tulane. He had 3,579 yards, 47 tutties, and 1 pick. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the New Mexico Bowl, taking on the Sam Houston Bearcats. And ladies and gentlemen, we are the New Mexico Bowl champions of the world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 3 stats. Devin Dampier had 3,527 yards, 284 for 416, 41 tutties, 8 picks, 68% completion percentage. Rushing, Devin 133 for 872, 7 tutties. Perry 116 for 586, 4 tutties. Jacobs 111 for 576, 9 tutties. Fong 7 for 51, 2 tutties. Rashawn 7 for 17, 1 tutty. Receiving, Miller 73 for 968, 8 tutties. Brody 63 for 821, 12 tutties. Nick 55 for 811, 6 tutties. Tucker McDaniel 37 for 415, 6 tutties. Kozart, 20 for 354, 5 tutties. Perry, 27 for 115, 3 tutties. Jacobs, 8 for 41. Fong, 1 for 2 with a tutty. Defensively now, Robert with 73, tackle 63 for Luke Williams. Ty B with 62, 58 for Wilson and Trevor. 52 for Landon Williams, 49 for this guy. David, 48, along with Bart. Caleb Brown with 44. Tackles for loss, 8 for this guy. Jackson Moy with 7. 5 for Trevor. 4 for Luke Williams and Landon Williams. Jaden Wilson with 3-2 for Robert and Ty B. Sacks 14 for Landon Williams. This guy with 3.5 along with Jaden Wilson. 2 for Trevor. Thomas Collins 1.5. 1 for Jackson Moe. Caleb Brown 1.5 sack for Robert. Interceptions 4 for Ty B. Bart with 3-2 for Wilson, Robert, and Luke Williams. And then David Murphy have 1. Obviously, a disappointing end of the year. We had playoff hopes because we tried to make the playoffs this year. We fell short of that, but I think next year could be our year. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Gators take down the Ohio State Buckeyes to win the national title. They beat them bad, 35-10. Corey Kelly committed. Javion Randall committed. Jackson Bowers committed. Oscar Stork commits. Senjama Bridgman committed. Dom Barmore committed. Doriel Tolleson committed. Kiefer Silby commits. Troy Langberg committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 29th best class in the nation. Once again, best in the Mountain West. I think next year could be the year we make the playoff. Let's do it. Rashard Bruneskill committed. Lewis Ring committed. Randy Colley committed. Marvin Leon committed. Jamie Phoenix committed. Frank Rashad committed. Mike Eagles commits. David West committed. Brian Cheek committed. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2027 Heisman Trophy winners, Austin Mack, quarterback of Alabama. He had 4,258 yards, 44 tutties, and 8 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we have made the college football playoff, and we'll be taking on the number 8 Utah Utes. And ladies and gentlemen, we won the playoff, and we're now on to the quarters. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the Sugar Bowl, taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. And ladies and gentlemen, we beat Alabama. We are the Sugar Bowl champions. On to the semis. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Cotton Bowl, taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And ladies and gentlemen, we are the Cotton Bowl champions. We're on to the national championship. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking on the Clemson Tigers here for the national title. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with a chance to go to the win a national championship, here in Houston, Texas. This should be a challenging one, Clemson, a good team. They are a good team, man. But we are a great team too, man. You can't count us out. You can't count us out. We're a really good team too, man. So here we go. Let's go win a national title here in year 4. Let's go, Nick Trujillo with a 13-yard tutty to make it 13-11. What a weird score. Here we are. We're going to go for 2 and try to tie this game up here in the second. Brock, gonna hike it. Got a man. We got the 2-point, tied up at 13. Oh my God. Luke Williams with a pick. Let's go. Ashton Kozart with a 13-yard touchdown to make it 20-13. Elijah Brody, 17-yard touchdown, 34-16. Excuse me, I got a little ahead of myself. And we're about 8 minutes away from winning a natty. And ladies and gentlemen, your New Mexico Lobos have done it. From how many wins they had. 1 win in every season, 4 wins. It doesn't matter. Ever since we got here, we brought them to glory, and we cap it off with a national title here in year 4. We have a chance to go back-to-back next season with your New Mexico Lobos. I'm stunned. I'm shocked we beat Bama, and I'm shocked we beat Clemson. National champs, baby! All right, here are your year 4 stats. DeAndre Block, Here are your year 4 stats, ladies and gentlemen. DeAndre Brock had 4,303 yards, 315 for 465, 49 tutties, 9 picks, 67% completion percentage. Rushing, Fong, 208 for 964, 7 tutties. Brock, 139, 363 tutties. Perry, 63 for 234. Nick, 2 for 53 with 2 tutties. Sibley, 10 for 30, 8-1 tutty. Receiving, Nick, 75 for 1,419, 16 tutties. Austin, 68 for 1,018, 12 tutties. Brody, 65 for 948, 12 tutties. Bowers, 46 for 504, 6 tutties. Fong, 34 for 203. Jefferson, 14 for 118, 2 tutties. Perry, 10 for 62, 1 tutty. This guy, Hatch, 3 for 31. David, 1 for 12. How about the defense here? 93 tackles for Bridgman. Robert with 75, 73 for Knight. Trevor, 67, 58 for Luke Williams. Landon Williams, 50. 46 for Ty B. Akbar, 44, 43 for Mechie. Thomas Collins with 40. Tax loss, 12 by Landon Williams. Collins with 8. 5 for Alex. 3 for Bridgman, Trevor, and Luke Williams. Knight with 2. 1 for Robert, Akbar, Mechie, Gold, Kelly, and Jeffrey. Sacks, 10 for Landon Williams, 6.5 for Trevor, 5.5 for Alex, 4 for Collins, and Jeffrey, 2.5 for Mechie, Daniel Gold with 2, 1.5 for Kelly, Bridgman with 1. Interceptions, Martin Knight with 4, 3 for Luke Williams and Robert, 1 for Trevor, Akbar, B, and Bart. We won the Natty here in year 4. Let's try to go back-to-back in year 5. John Ungalili commits. Austin Dendy committed. Damian Boyd committed. Wayne Sharp committed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in year 4, we finished with the 28th best recruiting class, best in the Mountain West, of course. Let's try to go back-to-back here in year 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know when you see this green auto-recruiting on, year 5, let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 7-1, ranked 6th in the land. Our only losses to, of course, our rivals, New Mexico State. We got Fresno, Colorado State, Boise, and Air Force. As long as we can handle them, we'll be in the playoff. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the Mountain West Championship, taking on the San Diego State Aztecs. And ladies and gentlemen, we are Mountain West champions here in year 5. And we're on to the playoffs. We won the Heisman. Brock won the Heisman. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, taking on the Oklahoma Sooners. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic at Jerry's World here in Arlington, Texas. Oklahoma didn't have a far travel, neither did we, so we have Oklahoma has a slight advantage travel-wise. But travel doesn't matter, all right? The only thing that matters is the play on the field. We have the Heisman quarterback on our side. We have probably the best team in New Mexico history on our side. Let's go take care of Oklahoma. I know they're tough, SEC team, but we can beat them. Alrighty, 3rd and goal from the 12 here. Brock, the Heisman here. Gonna run up the middle. Brock, he's got a lane! He's in! Touchdown, New Mexico! 7-3, let's get it. Jacoby Jefferson, 5-yard touchdown to make it 14-17. 4th and 1 at the 10, we're going for it. Here we go. Right there. Touchdown! New Mexico, we have the lead now. 21-17. Isadora, touchdown. 3rd and 6 here. Brock, gonna hike it. Right there. Dropped it. 4th and 6, we have to go for it here. Here we go, Brock. Gonna hike it. He's got a man. He's got a man. Isadora. But he fumbled it. Are you kidding me, brother? Jacoby Jefferson, 24-yard touchdown. We are up 4 with 49 seconds to go. Come on, defense. Our defense got to stop, but the Oklahoma has some timeouts here. Here we go. Let's run the clock out. Dendy. He's got a lane. Spin move. Dendy's gonna put him away. They call a timeout. Wow. And all we have to do is take a knee, and your New Mexico Lobos are on to the semis. What a hard-fought victory. Let's go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, taking on the Liberty Flames. Here we are in Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach State. We are here. We had a far travel to Atlanta, but again, the travel doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the play on the field here. We are the best team for the reason. We are the best team. We have the best quarterback. We have the Heisman winner. Like, we should take care of Liberty with ease. No offense to Liberty. I mean, they're not going to be tough to beat. I'd be shocked if we lose to this team. Let's win this game and get back to the national title and try to go back-to-back here, folks. All right, we're going to hop in here, go for 2, make it a 2-touchdown game. Brock, going to hike it. Going to run for it. He's in. We got the 2-point, 31-17. Let's go. Jacoby Jefferson, 14-yard touchdown. I think that's the game.
38-17 as of right now. We'll see what the final score is. Ladies and gentlemen, we defeat Liberty like I told you would, a little bit closer than before. 38-31 the final. But we're going back to the national. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the national championship, and we're going to be taking on the Texas Longhorns. That's right, horns down. Let's take care of business. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at Arlington, Texas. Of course, Texas had a trip down the road. Of course, travel doesn't mean anything in this game. We've been here before. We played at the stadium in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. We played an SEC team in Oklahoma. Listen, Texas is not going to be easy. Oklahoma wasn't easy. It's going to be tough. SEC, dominant. But we have a chance to do something New Mexico may never do, and that's go back-to-back and win 2 national championships. Let's do it, New Mexico. We got this. Let's do it. Second and goal here at the 1-yard line. A chance to go up 7-0. Here we go. Brock to Dendy. He's in. Touchdown, New Mexico. 7-0 good, guys. Here we are, 7-7 right now. A chance to make it 14-7. Here we go. Brock Dendy. He's in again for his second touchdown of the game. 14-7 defense. We need you too. Here we are, 3rd and 6. Big third down here. Oh my God, Isadora! He's got the first! And that might be the game, folks. All right, all we got to do is just get this first down and we win the game. Here we go. Dendy. He's going to get... He fumbled it. Are you kidding me? We may have fumbled it, but our defense gets a stop. Here we go. We still need 1 first to end it. Here we go. Dendy. It's going to fight for 4. 56 seconds. 2nd and 6. Texas will be out of timeouts after this play. Here we go, but it doesn't matter. Dendy's got the first, and that is the ball game, folks. New Mexico is going to go back to back. We win 2 national titles with New Mexico. Back to back. Let's go. New Mexico has been a terrible football program in real life, and we have came in. We saved the program. The boosters are flushing the money in, spending the money for New Mexico. Brock, the best quarterback in college football, won the Heisman, of course, this past year. It's great. New Mexico, they may never see this in real life, but at least I can say I brought them a natty twice. Let's go, New Mexico Lobos. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have built back New Mexico to the glory that it should be. Let's go. 2 national titles in 5 years. We'll take that. I mean, we've won 2. I think we won more than Ohio State recently, right? We won more. It doesn't matter. We won New Mexico Natties. We've rebuilt them. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed, hit like, hit subscribe. When I say like, subscribe, it gets motivate me to keep doing this. Leave a comment in the YouTube algorithm. Helps us get these videos on out to everyone else. And that, with that being said, I hope you have a great day or have a great night, depending on when you're watching this video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.